Star Wars Limited enthusiasts, welcome to today's video where we are checking out Ezra Yellow, more important, Star Wars Dad's Ezra Yellow deck. So it was a pretty hard debate for me of checking out a Law deck or an Ashes deck. And after some consideration, I have decided that we are just going to continue moving forward with checking out decks post Ashes of the Empire, mainly because Karabast, there aren't really a lot more people playing right now in the Law format, because most of everyone right now is just practicing and getting ready for post Ashes format, especially because Galactic Championship is a week right after the release of Ashes of the Empire. So live, everybody is just testing and fielding and theory crafting what they believe is going to be the best deck for Galactic Championship and what they're expecting to see in Galactic Championship. So we're going to take a look at the leader, the deck, and then jump to Karabast for that all best 2 out of 3. Ezra is one of those leaders I really do think is going to make a heavy splash in the meta, just because I believe he is going to continue to be an aggro style leader and continue this aggro format that we've had through Law. Ezra states on his front side is when a friendly unit attacks, if it dealt 3 or more damage, combat damage to a base, you may exhaust the leader. If you do, give an advantage token to a different unit. He flips on 5 and does the exact same thing on his backside. When a friendly unit attack ends, if it dealt 3 or more combat damage to a base, you may give an advantage token to another friendly unit. So basically, you continually to give advantage tokens throughout your army. So you swing 3 damage, give advantage token. Swing 3 damage, give an advantage token. While the front side is limited to the fact you can only do it once Ezra is on his backside, he can constantly do it for every single attack, including himself. So you could attack, hit the damage, hit a base for 3 damage, give Ezra an advantage token. Then Ezra swings, deals 4 damage, then give an advantage token to someone else. So basically, you constantly are able to give out these advantage tokens and are able to push out loads of damage because of Ezra's effect. Again, like I said, he is very much a very strong competitor for an aggro format. I know a lot of people don't want that because he's an aggro strategy, but I really do like what he can do 100%. So we're just playing any common yellow 30 health base. For the deck, we have triple Karis, Mimic of hidden, and then when defeated, you may disclose red-white. If you do, create a spy token and ready it. Double Outer Rim Constable to defeat any upgrades. Triple Poe Dameron to remove all Sentinels. This is actually pretty good because if Salome really is very impactful in the meta of making a lot of things Sentinel, because again, Salome is on our front side, tap it, choose ground or space, you can give them all Sentinel and Overwhelm, and when she flips on 5, she gives all other units Sentinel and Overwhelm. Poe is able to get rid of all of that Sentinel, so that way if you do deal with, of course, Salome, this is ironically a nice thing to have in there. Triple Sabine Wren with Ambush, and then when played, defeat a non-unique upgrade. Again, we don't care about the blue or green effect, because the second her other effect, because it's never going to happen. Triple Piloting Han Solo with Piloting of 2, and then when played as an upgrade, you may attack with a unit. May attack with attached unit. If it's a Millennium Falcon, it deals combat damage for a defender. We don't really care about the Falcon. We're not playing it in here. And then finally, 2 Rose Tico. If you control a non-unique unit, this enters play ready. So as long as we control something that isn't a non-unique unit, we always enter play ready. For our space units, we have double Flare Star Attack Shuttle of when played, when defeated. You may give an advantage token to a unit, meaning you can give an advantage token to it, allowing you to have your 3 damage, and then going in for that swing to then trigger Ezra's ability. Triple Green Leader, when defeated, may deal 2 damage to a unit. Triple M1 Starfighter. Double Blade 3 of when your base is dealt combat damage. You give an advantage token to this unit, so every time your base is dealt with damage, you can give this guy an advantage token, so this guy can get pretty big with advantage tokens. Triple Ebon Hawk of when you disclose Heroic, you get +2 on the attack. We're never going to be disclosing villainy, so we don't have to worry about that. Triple Pegasus Tri-Wing of when you may defeat a friendly upgrade. If you do, ready this unit, so meaning we can destroy a advantage token on a unit that really can't swing or can't really do much, so we can just destroy it and then be able to restand this one. Triple Yellow Ace Bomber with support, and on attack of this unit's upgrade, deal 2 damage to a base. Really nice to put with the Han Solo onto this, which is really nice, or we could put an advantage token on it. If we always want to make sure that on attack trigger is going off, we do have the Solo, but this is also really good to use with any one of our guys because of its support ability. of any one of our guys who have an advantage token attached to them, being able to play this, have that guy with the advantage token swing, and then being able to trigger the on-attack skill to do that extra 2 damage to a base. And then finally, triple unsanctioned patrol with support and saboteur. For our events, folks, we're in red. There's no reason we would not be playing a triple aggressive negotiations at this point until it gets banned from the format. Every red deck is still going to ban main aggressive negotiations, and I know there's probably going to be plenty of other decks that are not in red that are going to just put a couple copies, whether in the side deck or in their main deck, just to play out of aspect. Again, why this card has not been banned, I'm not completely sure why. When almost every deck is playing every single red deck's playing it, and almost every other deck is playing them like a copy or two in their deck or even their side deck just to play out of aspect because they can potentially win games. Attack with a unit, and for this deck it's +1 for each card in your hand, and then triple Beguile. Look at your opponent's hand and choose a non-leader unit that opponent controls that's cost 6 or less returns to its owner's hand. Finally, for upgrades, we have a triple Knight Saber we can only attach to a Jedi non-vehicle unit, so that would just be Ezra, and a double Sudden Ferocity just to get that +3 attack boost and having some plot. For the sideboard, we have triple Jamming Communication, look at our opponent's hand, discard an event from it, 1 more Outer Rim Constable if we need to be able to deal with any more upgrades. Triple Rash Action, attack with a unit. For this attack, it gets +1 and gains 1 attack ends if the unit dealt combat damage to the opponent's base. That opponent discards a card, which is really nice. Double Will of the Force. Again, we only care about the top effect. We don't care about the bottom effect because we do not have any force to burn for this one. Return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. And then finally, 1 more Rose Tico if we need an extra, if we want to pump up Rose Tico by 1 more so we can have more consistency with her coming out. So that is the Ezra Yellow Star Wars Dad deck. Let's jump to Karabast to see how well it does in that best 2 out of 3. Alrighty folks, here we go. We're playing against the new Cad Bane. And we open well. So we're just going to immediately we'll keep this hand. I think we can put away this. And let's put away the Star Wing. I would prefer to maybe have 1 guy in space. Nah. We'll go from that. So we're playing against a new Cad Bane here. Action. Tap him, deal 1 damage to unit, 2 or more remaining HP. So a really nice one. He flips on 6 and does the exact same thing with Overwhelm, and then on attack deal 1 damage to a unit with 2 or more remaining HP. So he's a ping strategy. That's what he does, and that's what he's always going to be able to do. So we're just going to claim the initiative here. A droid. I don't know if he has much in the way of we'll put the constable away. We'll swing 3 damage. Oh shoot, we've totally forgot to put out the guy. So we're just going to pass on the trigger. So he's just going to pass again. I'm going to put out Sabine. I'm going to go for the ambush trigger to kill the droid. Again, he can't use either of Cad Bane. He can't use Cad Bane's effect there. Oh, he can use it that way. He can use it that way with a collateral damage. This one's going to be very interesting. I know some people think this is going to be a pretty good deck. I'm on the fence of it being good. I think it's going to be an interesting deck, don't get me wrong. But I mean, we're kind of seeing what it is. It's going to be like this strange, strategy where it's going to, it's going to go for a lot of little ping chip damage, and that's what it's going to do here. Yeah, I'm fine putting that one away. I mean, really, all he can do is he can hit my Oh, we got some interesting stuff. We can spin that back to the hand now. Alright, we're going to have Poe attack, then we're going to trigger Ezra to give an advantage token there. Immediately removing the advantage token. We can then just deploy the Ezra. We're going to have swing, and then we can give Ezra the advantage token. Then he's going to system shock that. Then we can just have Ezra swing, give the advantage token. I'm going to force him to burn every one of his upgrade hate things. We can just give an advantage token to someone. We're going to give it to Ezra. And then we can put out... Oh, wait, no. Undo. What the heck am I doing? Well, I already have a program. We're just going to pass from there. Ooh, this Unsanctioned Y-Wing is pretty nice. We'll put a blade. We already put a blade 3 away? No. We'll put a blade 3 away. Yep, deal 2 damage or deal 5 damage to a damaged unit. Unfortunately, that's not going to be much. We won't be able to use... I guess we can use the support trigger here just so that we can have this attack, just because we can have that attack there. He does have the Serial, but I don't know if he has enough to really utilize Serial's effect. So Serial to kill off the Poe. Okay, he is going to be able to show. So if you do choose a unit, deal 2 damage to that unit, unless its controller discards a card. We'll let the damage kill through. I mean, that's fine. That just allows me to make another spy token. We'll put out Poe. Hit that for 1 damage there. And again, he does get the on attack again, so he could go after Poe again. So yep, he's going to just go after Poe. That way he can deal another damage. We're going to just skip resourcing here. We're then going to go for an aggressive negotiations, trigger the effect of giving the advantage token to the bomber. Because again, now that this is upgraded, it does have the ability to deal 2 damage to the base here. No effect, but doesn't really matter. I mean, because I just have to claim the initiative. CAD can ping this for 1 more. Okay, so he's just going to... So we're going to go for... Yeah, we'll just pass on the ambush trigger. Skip resourcing. Yep, okay, they conceded game 1. There was no way for them to deal with both of my board guys, so yeah, that was a concedement. There, alright, we're going into game number 2. I think I want to put in all 3 of my rash actions in there. And let's drop the double blade wing. And I think there wasn't really all that much in the upgrade section. So let's drop the constable down to like a 1 of in the deck. I think that is perfectly fine there. I think putting rash action here just to get the extra +1 in the attack and be able to force them to discard is actually pretty nice. And that does trigger Ezra's ability as well. We can keep this hand. We can put these 2 away. We can put out this. We can claim. We'll put the Pegasus Tri-Wing away. We'll drop the Hawk. Hit the Hawk. Then we can trigger Ezra to give that an advantage token. Claim. We'll just put that away. We'll pass on the ambush. I really don't think we're going to need the ambush here. We'll just claim. Yep. I mean, this is what this deck's just going to do. It's just going to ping damage me in the face 1,000 times over. That's literally all it does. We can put out this Rose. Oh shoot, we didn't control a non-unique unit, so it does come in. Normal. So we can drop in the Ezra. We can swing, give an advantage token to Rose. We can claim. We can... let's put away the Poe. Let's go ambush. We'll kill off the droid. So what is his next choice here? Because he does have CAD coming out this turn. Cad Bane, ping another damage on Ezra. We're going to have Ezra swing on and give him another advantage token to Rose. We're going to have Rose just kill off Cad. I mean, I don't really have any effects to resolve there, so we're just going to remove the Cad Bane from being a nuisance. So Cyril going to go after that. He's going to reveal. I mean, I'll just take the damage. Claim. This is probably going to be, yep, HK killing that and then taking that, and then the invisible hand coming down. So, to BT1. I think I'm just going to skip resourcing. We'll go... Alright, we'll spin back the invisible hand. I mean, I'm dead here. There's just no way for me to out being killed at this point. Yep. Haymaker, haymaker. Yeah, I mean, we're dead. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it. We can't stabilize a board state, and he's basically just murked every aspect of what we can do in this board state. Here, because I can go this for no trigger. And then I can do this. I don't control a blue or green. Well, I guess I can still, knock off that token for everything that's worth, but yeah. Guess we can claim. We get swung. I mean, there's really no way we're going to be able to win this. Ping and ping. Yep. Collateral damage, 2 damage to the base. We can just concede this match. Alright, we're going into game number 3. At this point, I think we're going to put in some more things to spin stuff back to his hand. I'm going to drop this down to a 2 of. I think I'm going to drop the Constable. I didn't really see any upgrades worth removing. So we're going to put in double Will the Force to spin back units back to his hand. Having the triple Beguile as well, just so we can have that. And let us see if we can get it this time. We're going to start our game ourselves. Well, I mean, this is a nuisance because you can't just literally blow that up in one shot. So we'll keep. Let's put the Hawk away, and we'll put because we can give an advantage token to this as well. We'll put these 2 away. Confirm resources. Put this out. Give an advantage token to it. Cyril, claim the initiative. We're gonna... let's put away this. Let's go Y-Wing, target, swing, 2 damage to the base, trigger Ezra, trigger to give an advantage token. Yep. What do you want to discard? I will discard. We'll discard the Will of the Force. We'll claim the initiative. We will put away. Let's put away Green Leader. If you're gonna go Y-Wing attack. Deal 2 damage to a base. 2 damage to a base because it was upgraded. Then advantage token, trigger, give advantage token. Alright, that was a pretty good turn there. What does he want to ping? We'll discard. I'll discard Rush. Swing defeat advantage token, claim, give an advantage token, we'll put away. Alright, we're gonna swing, attack, 2 damage, trigger. Oh shoot. Okay, swing. Right, I have to give it to a different unit. Defeat the advantage token, we will pass on the Ezra trigger. We'll actually let the damage go through. We're gonna flip to deploy Ezra. We're going to equip Ezra with the big fat saber. We're immediately going to get hit with a constable. We can put out Karis. Claim. Skip resourcing. We can put out our green leader. Alright, nothing to show for that. We'll put out the Pegasus. Yeah, unfortunately we're just not being able to get enough stabilization. Okay, so I joked maybe this leader wasn't going to be the best leader around, but holy crap, this leader is just literally ping damage galore. I mean, collateral damage, the serial 1,000 times over has punched me in the face. Yeah, that's such a nuisance, so that's going to knock out the Pegasus wing. Then they're going to go eager escort. I'll kill off the droid. The serial can swing, but it has no target. Then Cad's going to come out. And I mean, there's just nothing I'm going to be able to do from this point. We can just skip the resourcing here. I can put out this. I guess I could have ambushed out Han to kill off Cyril. Yep. Yeah, I think we can concede that one completely. Well, folks, Ezra wasn't able to do it in the end against good old CAD control. It literally was that CAD data vault control. I didn't think that Cad Bane was going to be too hot. Wow, when you play enough stuff to ping off all your opponent's stuff, it's a nuisance. I may have to strongly reconsider my thoughts on that Cad Bane 100%. But nonetheless, guys, we saw some really good power of what this Ezra can do. When this Ezra gets set up and when it goes off, it goes off. It can hit hard. It can punch hard. It could just do a whole lot of things. I think there are some, changes here that can be made. Like, I think the Zeb can go in this deck. I do think there's some changes that should be made. But again, being for a first time look at what an Ezra Yellow deck could potentially be, it's actually not that bad. I do think maybe some changes, like maybe adding the Zeb legendary into this deck wouldn't be that bad of an idea just for that. For its use of the late game push, and maybe some Sentinels in here probably wouldn't be that bad of an idea to put in as well. I don't know what red yellow heroic Sentinels we have, but maybe some Sentinels might be a good idea. Some 3 hitting Sentinels. Other than that, folks, it's a pretty good deck. It's a very strong, fun deck. I think it's definitely going to be very meta viable because it's just aggression. That's all it is. It's just literally pump your guys up, punch your opponent in the face, and hit and hit and hit until the end of days. It's just unfortunately ran into a Cad Bane that basically punishes that completely. We were unable to stabilize because our opponent just found every single murder kill card in the game. And that Cad's going to get a lot better before rotation because it's going to get open fire back into the format thanks to the Icons set coming out before... I believe Icons could be coming out before Homeworld, so that set's going to have some reprints in it, and one of those reprints is Open Fire, so Cad Bane's going to get that Open Fire back in it, so that's going to be pretty nice for it as well. But nonetheless, guys, it was a lot of fun. I do expect this deck to be seeing some meta viability, just because it's really good at being aggressive. I think there's just a better way to maybe build it, but for a first-time build of what this deck can do, this one is pretty nice. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments on the Ezra Yellow deck, on the gameplay, and while you guys are commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know when my videos go live for you, and we'll see you here next time on Modern Dragons TCG.